Alright, we are back, and we have our distinctly, creepy looking guy. He's got, dude, my little Fern Gully vampire dude here has a, totally has a beard and mustache, just like me. Got longer ears, though. Anyway, we are back. This is Edison's crazy Skyrim mod fest. We have got Skyrim Redone to totally revamp all of my skill stuff. And we've got the Belua Sanguinare vampire mod, which really will revamp things, so man. And I'm also walking around pretty close to naked here because I want to really have a challenge and totally start fresh. I've got some gold here that I don't know how or if I can really get rid of. I think I can somehow, but I'm not too worried about it. That'll be my that's my allowance, right? I'm starting with no items. Well, that journal, I just kind of, I need that. I'll explain that in a minute. And 153 gold. So that's my challenge. Can we do it? I think we can. Oh man, where to begin? Where to begin? I don't even know. I think let's just start by talking to Brynjolf here. This is, if you've never done the Thieves Guild quest, this is kind of how the game starts with the Thieves Guild. Is this guy Brynjolf, I'll give you a little backstory here. This guy Brynjolf has you do this little stunt in the Redone market, where basically you have to steal something from this one guy and plant it on another guy to make that guy look like he stole it and kind of get him out of the picture. And then he says, hey, if you want more of that, come find me down here. So here I am. Let's see, getting here was easy. Yeah, I'll say getting here was easy. Because it was.
Reliable and headstrong? You're turning out to be quite the prize. So,
yeah, that's right.
Now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about handling a few deadbeats for me?
I know all about deadbeats. I happen to be one.
Organizations some serious coin, and they've decided not to pay.
Oh man.
I want you to explain to them the error of their ways.
This sounds like a fun job. Yeah, who are they?
Kirava, Percy Honeyhand, and Helga.
They all got funky
Do this
names.
right, and I can promise you a permanent place in our organization.
Cool. As long as I don't have to pronounce their names, do I? And yeah, how do you want me to handle
Honestly, the debt is secondary here. What's more important is that you get the message across that we aren't to be ignored. A word of warning, though. I don't want any of them killed.
it? Aww.
Bad for business.
But that's what I do. Will I get a cut? Yeah, I want a cut.
Of course you'll get a cut. We take care of our own.
Good.
Now, if you need any details on your marks, I'll be here. Get going.
So, yeah, I already know what I'm supposed to do with them, because, like I said, this is not my first tango playing Skyrim. And I'm not going to bore you guys with the stuff that I already know. So, here's the thing. Right, I'm going to start off, because number one priority is going to be getting this whole vampire thing figured out. Because I am a vampire. Now, what does that mean as a Belua Sanguinare vampire? Well, first place we're going to check this out. Actually, let's open up. This book is very important for this mod. And like I say, the Belua Sanguinare is a huge mod. It's going to take me a long time to showcase all of it. But I think you'll have a lot of fun because it's so much fun. But let's read this guy, alright? Vampire's Journal. Greetings, Fern Gully, my new wood elf vampire fledgling. I welcome you to your new life as a creature of the night. Alright. And then you'll see it says when I was changed and what the time currently is, so you get an idea of how long you've been a vampire. Then it has a lot of important information right here. What stage of vampirism you are. Your hunger level, which will be really important. How many daily unique feeds you've had. How many times you've killed by feeding. And a percentage of health by feeding. Now these are all really, really important. In Belua Sanguinare, you don't just become a vampire and that's it. You go through different stages. And you rank up to, or I don't know what the term would be, I think like, I don't know, evolve. I'm evolving! Yay! Woohoo! Do. I don't even know the Pokemon evolving theme. That's how long it's been since I played Pokemon. Anyways, you start out as a fledgling, which is a pretty weak version of a vampire. And in order to evolve, let's just call it evolve. In order to evolve, you have to do a couple things. And you'll see that on the other side there. Requirements for Risen. It's on the second page. I must feed at least 1 time. Okay, I can deal with that. I must kill 0 times by feeding, so I don't have to kill anybody by feeding. And drain 100% of health by feeding. And then finally sleep for 24 hours to progress. That sounds awesome. I'm so looking forward to sleeping for 24 hours. Wait, is that in real life or in the game? Maybe it's just the game. Anyway, so that's what I need to do. I need to feed from someone, at least one someone, and drain a certain amount of health from feeding. Now that's all some new stuff. That's nothing that you're really used to seeing in the default stuff. And also, even as a weak little fledgling vampire, you get some benefits. And here are, this spot is for active effects. See? Active effects. You notice fledgling vampire is one of them. And you gain a 5% increase in attack, power attack, and bash attack. Time will slow down by 10% when zooming with a bow, and 10% decrease in fall damage. And you lose this strength in direct sunlight. So already you get a little bit stronger than your average person. You also get a fortified carry weight, so you can carry a higher capacity. You naturally regenerate your health. It regenerates 10% faster than normal. My Bosmer blood does that for me, but also as a vampire, I'm 100% resistant to disease. I am 5% resistant to frost, and that's my other stuff. So, oh, and Tongue of Seduction. Speechcraft improved by 20. Now that's really good, because Speechcraft is a lot more important with the other mod that's going on, Skyrim Redone. Speechcraft is really going to make a big difference there. Vampiric Evasion, 10% chance to dodge power attacks, and Vampiric Step, you move more quietly. That is awesome! But there's some drawbacks. Self-restoration. As a fledgling vampire, newly undead, try this again. As a fledgling vampire, newly undead, restoration spells are only 66% effective on you. That means using healing spells is not as effective. So if you have that, you know, catch-all healing yourself thing, it won't work as well. You can still do it, it just won't work as well, which is kind of offset by regenerating it. But it's a balance thing. You'll see that more as we evolve. You also are weak to fire, 20% weaker to fire, and weak to garlic and silver. That is awesome. Weaker to wow, I cannot talk today. Weaker to attacks from combatants carrying garlic or using silver weapons. And just to make it more interesting, this mod does make random people carry garlic. So that could really come into play. So that's what I've got. And also I think you get some spells too. What do you get? Is that from... I think that's from my vampire thing? Is that a vampire? I don't know. I can make no, that's my that's from my wood elf stuff. My command animal, but Dark Sacrifice. Casting Dark Sacrifice on a reanimated follower will instantly sacrifice them, restoring my health, magicka, and stamina based on their abilities. Whoa, that's cool. So you can kill your reanimated follower to regenerate yourself. The classic Drain Life Force, which is just a staple for vampire stuff here. Your default flames and the healing won't do as much. Now this is some interesting stuff with very cool names. Sumo Mortalis Forma. This allows you to conceal your identity, but requires great concentration. This is really important as you become a stronger vampire in dealing with the world. Vampire Seduction. Creatures and people up to level 8 won't fight for 30 seconds. Kind of cool, kind of cool. And Vocer Adjector. This is actually a tweaking thing for the mod if you want to adjust some of the settings in Belua Sanguinare. So it's not really an actual in-game spell, so much as a debugging thing. So we need to feed, right? We're going to need to feed on some folk and maybe find some clothes. So let's get out of here, find our way out, and yeah, we are going to need to do some feeding because fledgling vampires are pretty weak. They're a bit stronger than normal, but you really don't want to be a fledgling for long. Let's be honest here. That's just no fun. So let's try and... Oh. Hi. Lowlife. Are you going to fight me or what? Now, the combat system in Skyrim Redone... Oh, jeez, there's a skeever. Ah. I'll let those two duke it out. The combat system in Skyrim Redone is quite a bit changed. I'm not going to focus too much on Skyrim this episode. Oh, yeah, and drop him! Boom! Yeah. What would you like to do? Harvest Heart. Holy tamale. That's a new feature of Belua Sanguinare, which will make more sense later on in this fresh heart damage added. That's pretty cool. I'll just briefly, like I said, I don't want to talk too much about Skyrim in this episode because it's going to take some time to really... Oh, hi. It's going to take some time to really... Wow. This stamina's low. Oh, man. It's going to take time to really explain it all anyway, and right now I want to focus on Belua Sanguinare. But I will say that combat is trickier. Apparently I can't punch. Wow. And, oh yeah, dramatic. I gotta go into this mode, otherwise I'm just... Oh, what do you know? Combat is tougher. Enemies are harder. Oh, and I died. Seriously, I died. Already. First episode, I died. Got beaten up. So, as I was saying, combat is trickier. Gotta have an unarmed equip. Yeah, I know. Combat is trickier. It uses stamina more. I gotta go into first person. I just have no aim in third person when I'm punching dudes. Skeever, go away. Punch, punch. Harvest this guy's heart. Yeah. Yeah, I beat you, lowlife. And let's also see, while I'm here, let's see if I can take this guy's clothes. And I'll even take that and his dagger. Why not? Oh, and boots, sure. I'll just take all that stuff, because, let's be honest, I don't want to be walking around in a loincloth anymore. That's just weird. So I got some boots, got some clothes, they're not all that powerful, and I got a dagger. Right? That's better. It's a lot better. So, I'm gonna get in the habit of quick saving. Also sneaking. Let's see if I can sneak. Now, oh yeah, dramatic. Now, there is another option for feeding in Belua Sanguinare. You can now... Ow. That hurt. You can sneak up on people and feed on them. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Ow. There we go. Harvest his heart. You can only harvest hearts very quickly after they die, and you can't do it during combat. But it's one of the only ways for vampires to heal later on. So it's kind of important. It's kind of a big deal. Amethyst, this is good. Ooh, fur armor, I'll definitely take that. Why not? Yeah. So, even though I dropped everything I had right at the beginning, already I'm finding that I can find some stuff. So it's not really going to be too big a deal. I don't want that. So now you can feed from people. Either the traditional, while they're sleeping, is the traditional way of feeding. You can sneak up on them while they're sleeping. You can also sneak up on them while they're up and about, too. And that's another way to feed from them is you can sneak up behind them and like grab their neck and roar. It actually looks surprisingly cool. Alright. Out to Riften. Open the door. Open the door! And, the sun! It burns! I don't want this sun. Can I wait? Now let's wait until the sun is more likely to go down. Because we don't want to be up and about during the daytime. It's just not as good. It's not good for our skin. We have a delicate complexion. So here we are in Riften. Now occasionally it does that. I don't really know why. I'm not too worried about it though. It looks kind of cool. Riften. This is like the ghetto of Skyrim. Not necessarily the ghetto, but you can get away with a lot here. And I'm hoping to get away with some feeding. Now, you can always check. The reason this journal is important is because it will always tell me my hunger level and where I'm at towards moving to the next thing. My hunger level is now unsatiated, which means, I could eat. And I probably should eat. But I need to find something to feed from. What about you?
Your skin's as pale as the snow. Are you scared of sunlight or something?
I am, actually. How did you know? Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to need a quick save, because this fails a lot when you're not very good at sneaking, which I'm not yet. But I want to sneak up. And... see, now there's the option of pickpocket, and there's also the option of sneak feed. Now, like I say, usually we get noticed. And I'm just going to... the cool thing again about the PC version of the game, if you didn't already realize that the PC version is way cooler, she got away, is you have this option to quick save, and then with just a click of a button. Alright. Did that work? I don't even know if that worked or not. Oh yeah, it did. Normally there's a cooler animation than that, but I think since she was going in the doors, it kind of messed that up. I will show you in the next video, but point being is, see, now I am satiated, and I've had one unique daily feed. I've also drained 28% of health. That means that when you do this, it drains their health, depending on how hungry you are. So if you're, like, starving, you could actually kill someone from feeding on them. And the reason for daily unique feeds is that it has to be a different person in a 24-hour period. You can't just keep feeding on the same person and evolve really quickly. So, this is the basic beginning of Belua Sanguinare and Skyrim Redone. I showed you a little bit of feeding, although it didn't look all that interesting. Yeah, go away. I'm having my monologue, dude. Leave me alone. We did some of the basic stuff, and now we're gonna next move on to keep doing this. I need to feed some more. I need to find some loot and plundering. I gotta level myself up. Next time, we will see some more of Skyrim, as well as more of what Belua Sanguinare is like. So for now, I hope this whetted your appetite for this really cool set of mods. Alright, take it easy, folks.